Hi everyone, welcome to A Stable Pace. My name is April Plummer. I'm here today with my mare Merida. When I ended with Merida back in April of last year, 2023, I had her going around doing poles and I had her just walking while I was riding her. She was able to carry her or wear her saddle without any problem. But she is a horse that likes to revert to rearing when she doesn't like something. So it's taken me some time to get her back onto her program because I got injured. A horse spooked and I got kicked in the stomach. So I had to have pretty serious surgery, which took some time to heal from. So I haven't been doing a lot with her because I've been trying to be careful not to get jerked on too hard, and I wasn't able to physically handle anything that came my way for a while because I was still healing. So now we are back to lunging, and I have ridden her a little bit, but not a lot. So I just wanted to pick back up where I left off. When I was doing videos with her before, she was doing groundwork poles, and she's still doing that. After she had some time off, we went back to doing poles pretty quickly because that tends to keep her mind engaged and it's going to help strengthen her body. So with lunging, and she's doing walk, trot, canter, she still does sometimes go into bucking and all of that, but it's a lot shorter of a period of time before she gets her mind back to me. So I just wanted to show you where she's at, and if you struggle with what is bucking or carrying on the lunge line, I'll show you what I do to correct that. So when we're lunging, we either lunge to tire them out, which some people think it tires them out, which it could. It actually is harder on their joints and their legs. I would challenge you to find a wheelbarrow and push that wheelbarrow on a circle and even jog while pushing that wheelbarrow around a circle. And you will see how that fatigues your muscles. So when we lunge, we do need to be careful that we're not fatiguing our horse to the point that we could actually cause injury. So lunging, I like to be just another form of communication. So I like to know that when I tell them to walk, they walk, or trot, they trot, canter, canter. So I do like verbal cues. It does help in the saddle. Doesn't mean you always have to use them, but it is good, especially when a horse is learning things and you want them to start listening. And just because we're human and we talk, it's something that we revert back to, especially in the moment of something going wrong, stress. We have verbal cues. So I like to get those pretty solid on the ground. So I can test her stop. Ooh, good. And walk on. And I'll tell her out. And I like a nice long stick. And this whip, I actually tied up the string part of it because I don't really need that. I want to be able to have it long enough to touch her side a little bit if I need her to go out. And then I can turn her around. Good turn, good girl. And tell her out, and I can kind of tap her on the side if she's not listening to the verbal cue, just to back up my word. And it also, for the young ones, if you can reach their side a little bit, don't hit them to where it stings them, but tap them where your leg would go. You can start to teach them a leg yield. So I'm going to go ahead and ask her to trot. Now, when you start to ask the horse to go faster, it can rev them up a little bit. So for her, normally the trot is okay. When we ask for the canter, she will then want to buck and be silly. Okay, so I'll ask her to trot. Give her a little more line. Trot. Good. Easy. So I say easy when she's within the gate. when I want her to slow down a little bit. Good girl. Good trot. And I like when she's stretching her neck down. Good trot. Good girl. And walk. So I'll ask her to walk. Just make sure that we're listening. And I can give a little jiggle to the lead rope. Walk up. Good. Wanted her to take a little bit bigger steps and give me a little bit more gumption to that walk. We want to have a nice flowing walk. It will help get the back moving well, gets the barrel going back and forth, really warms them up. And trot. So I'm not going to be crazy. If she doesn't go immediately into it, I'm okay with that right now because I don't want her getting super revved up if I can help it. Good girl. Good job. And walk. So I want to do this on both sides. Good. Then I'll turn her, look at her hind end, and get those shoulders turned and moving out. And tell her out. Good girl. Walk on. Good girl. Then we'll ask again for the trot in this direction and trot. Good girl. She kind of winds herself into it, which again I'm okay with right now. Good stretch. Good girl. Oops, stepped in a hole. Not literally, but she kind of stepped in a bad spot there. Good. And walk. I'm just making sure that we are on the same page and she's listening. Out, please. Out. Good girl. Walk. Good girl. And trot. Good. Nice reaction there. Okay, so now here's where you're probably going to see some of that bucking and silliness come. And canter. And she's already ready for it. Good canter. So with my body, kind of go up and down. Ask her again. Good canter. Good girl. So notice I didn't get angry at her or yell at her. Really doesn't do anything to do that. So I'm going to say canter. Ask again. Good. So I'm just going to canter. Easy. Ooh, trot. She picked up the wrong lead. So I'm going to ask again. And canter. And for canter, I kiss. For trot, I cluck. Canter. Let's keep it going. Good. And trot. And trot. Good girl. So she's coming in a bit when she gets closest to the camera. She doesn't always like to go over that far. The big scary field is out that way that deer are in. And walk. So right now she's young and still fairly green. So she does some things that from an older horse I wouldn't want. I really don't want it from her. The leaning in on the circle really hard. That's not going to be great for her joints and tendons. So as she gets more accustomed to lunging and a little bit less reactive to the canter cue, that will start to go away. But we're not going to be able to fix everything all at once. And things don't change overnight. So a lot of that has to do with her psychological feelings, because if she's tense and nervous or doesn't want to be on that side, walk, she is going to lean a little bit more. So it's just a green habit, and in time that'll get better. Okay, trot. Good. Easy. Ooh, easy. Get her a little bit more relaxed. And canter. Good. Nice. Good girl. And let's keep going. Good. And trot. Woo-hoo. Good girl. Okay, so we'll do that one more time. And canter. Very nice. So she also wants to carry her head pretty high. She's tensing the base of, or underneath of her neck, not the base of her neck. She's not using the base of her neck the way I'd like her to. But again, this is a green habit. Easy and tension. So not going to go away immediately. It's going to take some time. But for her right now, the fact that she just did 2 upward transitions to canter and didn't start bucking is improvement. And that's what I want to see, is I'm seeing improvement. So 1 step at a time. And trot. Good. Easy. Easy. Out. She's coming in a little. Easy. So I want her to relax. Good. And canter. Yes. Yes. Good. Yes. And trot. Nice. I really like that. Out. So let's get a little bit more relaxed trot here. It's a little rushed. Quick steps. Tense. There. Easy. Hoo-hoo. Yes. Good. And walk. Beautiful work. Good girl, Merida. Good girl. Walk on. Nice stretch. Good. So let her kind of hang out in that stretch for a minute here. We'll change direction. Now for her, going to the left is always a little bit more exciting. And you will see that with horses that on one side, they will be a little bit softer, a little bit quieter and calmer. And then when you change direction, all of a sudden, the dragon comes out. So that is very, very normal. And for her, going to the left is when she gets a little bit more excited. Okay? So this is not to wear her out. This is, again, to get her communication and work on calming down. And she's getting up in her energy and bringing her energy back down. I'd much rather work on this from the ground than from on her back at this point in time. At a later date, we'll work on it with me on her. But I don't feel she's ready for that yet, and I want to make sure I'm careful for myself, since now I do have to be even more careful than I was before, having been injured. Okay, and trot. Okay, so let's see what we get. Out. So I don't want her coming in. Trot. Good. Trot. Trot. Good. Out. Good. Nice stretch. Good girl. Easy. Good. Easy. Good. So there, she's not leaning in like a motorcycle. So already we see a good change with that within this session at the trot. Okay. Easy. And canter. I don't want to ask her where she's nervous. Canter. 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 Good. And trot. Easy. Good. And canter. Yeah. Wrong lead. Oh, there we go. Good. Yes. So we even had some stretching there. So that was good. Very good. Out. Good. And canter. So get up and down. Up. Yes. So just keep cantering. Yes. Yes. Easy. Okay, she's getting a little strung out, a little upset. Walk. So let's bring it back. Bring it back to some sort of relaxing. Easy. Walk. I do want her to walk. Very good. Out, out, out. Easy. Good. Out. Good. And trot. So I'd like to try and get one circle where she doesn't buck and all of that. Good. Good. And canter. Getting strung out. I don't want her strung out. I want her to go into it nice. Easy. And canter. Yes, 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 yes. Good, canter. Yes. And trot. So I'll ask her in the zone that she's the most nervous in to bring the gait down. Good. And walk. Good girl. Good job. Very good. Okay, I'm good with that for today. That was not bad. So we're going to end there. We're going to keep it short and sweet. And we'll take our wins that we got today. Now, if you would have saw her last week, it would have been a lot more bucking and jumping around as opposed to just doing the walk, trot, and canter and a buck here and there. So we are making good progress, and I am very happy with that. Good girl. Very good. Very good.